dark purple in aura, with multicolored lightning dancing in all directions, as Lucif himself from behind would bear the same giant grin as Vegito, looking down as if proudly at his next successor. He isn't! This power-up even leaving the Grand Priest to be in a state of shock, as he witnesses even more ungodly power get tapped into, unable to intervene as he wonders if who he is witnessing now is still Vegito or is now his elder brother. And as the huge amount of energy would burst through the sky, creating a commotion, the other warriors, namely Destroyer Goku and Vegeta, would be stopped in their tracks, observing until... Suddenly, as Vegito would transform, something would snap within the true demon of destruction. His eyes widened, his muscles tensed, tense and frozen, not uttering a word before... In an instant, a sharp pounding pain would come over Vegeta, attacking from the inside as he would instinctively be forced to grab onto his skull with both hands as he would yell a blood-curdling groan. And in a strange scene, both Gokus on the battlefield would immediately react, but with very different thoughts of concern. As Seraphim Goku, turning to the prince, not realizing GT is right behind him, would yell, "Vegeta! What's wrong?" While Destroyer Goku from the past would just look on confused more than anything, as he would think to himself, "Vegeta, what's happening to him? Is it something like the heart virus? Whatever it is, this is my chance! This is how I avenge everyone!" And with that said, and his opportunity in plain sight, he would instantly get his hands placed together and begin... And just like that, with full force, with all his remaining power, Destroyer Goku would fire off a powerful Kamehameha wave of destruction-infused energy, all while Vegeta would remain compromised, still grabbing his head with his eyes entirely closed. What's happening to me? Vegeta! But even if Vegeta can't detect what is about to hit him, Goku would. As now screaming in panic, his Saiyan friend would begin moving forward, yelling, "Vegeta! Move!" But it would only be so long before the fused Royal Commander GT would have enough, appearing directly behind Goku with his fist already cocked back until... suddenly making his move, striking the Seraphim warrior directly on the back, sending him spiraling down to the ground instantly for a crash landing. Unfortunately, nobody can save Vegeta this time. and as the fallen Saiyan would recover on the ground, right in front of Vegeta, the beam would now be in touching distance. Vegeta! Ultimately making contact and exploding for a devastating detonation that dwarfs everyone, GT and Destroyer Goku included, who would watch on as finally one of the 3 God Killers would be put down. No! And still on the ground mourning his loss and inability to step in to save Vegeta, all that would be seen in the sky now would be a large cloud of dark and heated smoke. And with a look of disbelief in his face, Goku would only be able to mutter, "Vegeta! You can't be gone! What are we gonna do now?" Huh? But suddenly, "You can't be gone! What have you?" So our story continues with the sight of a stunned Vegito in his new half-transformed form. But even with his Seraphim Eye, Demon Eye, and Third Eye unlocked, he would be left with a giant hole in his torso, leaking blood profusely, missing any sign of internal organs, as behind him, in a new form of his own, the one-winged Grand Priest would be seen, his own pupils conversely missing, and his hair spiked up like some kind of angelic. As the Seraphim would worry, from the dark clouds of smoke, 2 black wings previously belonging to Vegeta would suddenly fall out, and eventually say, "Huh?" And of course, this sight would pique more than just our interest, as the Omni King would then be seen looking on in awe as well, as the wind wades across his face, with him commenting in a hushed tone, "Dai, I didn't know you could look like that. You look kinda cool." There is much you still don't know of me, Lord Zeno. As Dai, now with a confident smirk on his face, would look behind and let out, "Surely though, my lord, you did not truly believe I would let this demonic scum dick game of yours with hearts, dragons? I would never participate in something so below me." As suddenly, with an ominous laugh, Dai would lift up his right arm and reveal within it a beating heart. The beating heart of Vegito. It seems that hole in the God Killer's torso was not just for show after all. You didn't! Forcing Vegito to look down in panic, somehow still alive, presumably by willpower alone, as when we look closer at his face, he would suddenly begin to realize, "If you took my heart, then the dragon, I lost!" No fair! And even Zeno would come to this conclusion too, as he too would figure out that if Dai had taken Vegito's heart, then whether the dragon would bite down or not, the game was truly over. As he would point to his angel attendant, disappointed, and say, "You cheated! That's not how Zalama said you would win." But Dai, who in this new form increasingly begins to backtalk Zeno, would just reply with a cocky demeanor, "Well, Lord Zeno, Zalama isn't exactly here to say whether this is allowed or not anymore, is he? And there is only one person to blame for that. This heart that I crush here and now will put an end to this despicable charade. And... But just as Dai would begin to tighten his grip on the heart, ready to splatter it before everyone, it would seemingly do it by itself, and not just in any common fashion, as the insides would not be filled with blood, but pink goo. What is the meaning of this? As suddenly, the material, which is visibly just a part of Boo, would suddenly expand at breakneck speeds, shifting behind the bewildered priest before collapsing around the angel as if ready to swallow him whole. How dare you! I will not! But as a grunt of rage would be heard as the priest would struggle in futility